Okay, we're ready to go. Okay, welcome to another mat class. I am here for Nicolette today. And yes, we are able to operate out of the studio just for the recording. And if you need anything, because you have tight thighs, so tight quads or tight hip flexors, then you can use as the prop either a stretchy band or a magic circle, or if you don't have either or, go and grab the strap of your dressing gown or a dress or whatever. It just needs to be long and kind of sturdy that you have the possibility to strap yourself up with it. Awesome, and then we get going. We're starting on our mat.
Just a reminder to record. Claire, just a reminder to record.
And we start as classic as it is with our pelvic curl. So lengthen your body out. Bring your feet into fist distance apart. You want to have your feet round about a hand and a bit far away from your glutes. And then open your shoulders. Just let them fall to the side. Lengthening through your head. Really trying to bring your back of your head down, and then it feels like you've got a soft chin. And then we're just starting with a little bit of breathing. On your inhale, you want to fill your lungs. Open them out to the side and breathe into your ribs. And then on your exhale, you really want to compress all that air back out. Inhale and open the ribs. Even trying to fill your lungs into the back side of your body. And then exhale, feel the contracting through the abdominals, through the ribs, emptying the lungs back out. Inhale and open. And exhale. And contract it all. Inhale and open. Into the ribs. And exhale. Feel that wrapping around and tightening. And with the next exhale, you want to try to find your connection to your pelvic floor. And yes, even men have a pelvic floor. Just thinking about, you want to draw your pelvic floor in and up. So you draw it up towards your belly button and then draw it a little further. And exhale. And with the next breath, we're starting our pelvic curl. So inhale, open the chest, and exhale. Start curling your pubic bone towards your face, and then articulate your spine up into a long bridge. Feeling that energy between your knees and your chest, relaxing the head, and then exhale, start rolling it back down. Start in your chest, then the ribs, then your abs, and your tailbone comes last. Inhale to prepare, and exhale, curl your pubic bone towards your face, lift it up towards the ceiling, articulating your spine up. Inhale here, and exhale, roll it back down. If you feel like you're swaying a little bit side to side, just try to engage a little more through the legs. So imagine you're drawing your heels towards your glutes. Exhale, tilt your pelvis towards the ceiling. Keep drawing your heels towards your glutes. Keep that engagement through the backside of your legs. Articulating your spine up. Reaching your pubic bone high, but softening your ribs. So you don't want to stick the ribs out. You keep that engagement between your ribs and your hip bone. And then you start curling it back down, one vertebra at a time, evenly through both sides of your spine. Last one here. Exhale and curl it back up. Reaching up to the ceiling, finding that energy between the shoulders and the knees. Keep your ribs and hip bones connected. And then exhale, roll it back down. One vertebrae at a time. Scooping the belly in. And then place your hands today on your hip bones. Hands on the hip bones. And then the fingers on the inside of your pelvis. So you can press a little bit into your muscles there. This is just to control that the hip bones are staying parallel for the next motion. Scoop the belly in. On your exhale, you're lifting your right leg into tabletop. Inhale and lower it back down. Exhale, lift the left leg into tabletop without having a switch in your pelvis. So you shouldn't have a drop in your hip bones. Exhale and lift it up. Inhale and bring it back down. Exhale and lift. Inhale and lower. We're going for one more each side. Exhale, lift. Inhale and lower. Exhale the left leg and bring it back down. Lift your right leg back to tabletop. Hold it here. If you need to have your hands down by the side, you can have your hands down by the side, or you keep them on your hip bones. Scoop the belly in. Draw your pelvic floor in and up. And then on your exhale, you switch simultaneously your legs. Exhale and switch. Exhale and switch. Exhale and switch. And switch. And switch. Switch. Last two each leg. And last one. I'm just recognizing something. Bringing your second leg into tabletop. Both legs into tabletop. I will quickly skip around that you can actually see my legs. That's better. Good. Both legs on tabletop. Arms slide out to the side. If you don't have enough space in your room, you can always go into a build pose position. Rounding your shoulder blades into the mat so they are really nice and flat. Scooping the belly in and soften the ribs. And then from here, we're rotating the knees towards the screen. Keep your knees and feet pressing into each other, and the opposite shoulder stays down. So you only go as far as you can keep that shoulder down and the knees next to each other. Exhale, bring it back into your center. Inhale to the side. And exhale back to center. Inhale to the side. And exhale back to center. Inhale. And then use your back ribs to pull it back onto the mat. Inhale. Using the back ribs. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale. And exhale. One more each side. Rotating from the hip, keeping the opposite shoulder down. We're actually keeping both shoulders down. Reaching to the side. And exhale. Back to center. Float one leg back down. Second leg back down. Slide your hands behind your neck. Interlace your fingers. And then make your head heavy in your hands. Driving your shoulder blades away from your ears. So you want to have as much space as possible. And then slightly bringing your elbows back up. Looks a bit like a satellite dish. Or if that doesn't work for you, you just want to see your elbows in your peripheral. You do want to see them. Good. Feet are fist distance apart. Your pelvis stays in neutral. So you got to have some space for your little blueberries under it. And then on your exhale, you want to soften the ribs down towards the hip bones and lifting up with your shoulder girdle. Inhale up the top and exhale, roll it back down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale and lift. Inhale here And exhale, roll it back down. And exhale and lift. Inhale to stay. Put a happy smile on your face. And exhale, roll it back down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, soften the ribs down towards the hip bones. Lifting a little higher. Keeping your neutral spine. Just trying to lift a little higher. And then exhale, roll it back down. Last one here. Exhale and lift. Hold it here. And we're going into the rotation. Right armpit goes towards left knee. Lifting up from both shoulder blade tips. Exhale, rotate. Inhale into your center. Exhale, left armpit towards the opposite knee. Inhale to your center. Exhale and rotate. Inhale to center. Exhale and rotate. Inhale to center. Exhale, switch. Center. Exhale and switch. And center. Reaching up. Lifting from both shoulder blades. Inhale to center. Stay up high. Reach over to the other side. Lifting up from both shoulder blades. Back to center. One more each side. Exhale and lift. Inhale, center. Exhale and lift. Inhale, center, and then lower it back down. Bring your arms overhead, stretch those abs out, and then slide those legs out. So, scoop the belly in. Are we all ready to do the roll up? Soften the ribs down towards your hip bones. And then on your inhale, you want to lift up your shoulder girdle, your head, neck, and shoulder. Your arms come down towards the hip, and then exhale, reach it up. Finding the C shape. If you struggle with this, come just into the C shape position. We're doing a little bit of fore work for that one. Bend your legs. Bring your feet onto the mat and keep your C shape. Scoop the belly in and then draw your belly button in, round yourself backwards. Keep the legs bent and we're rolling it all the way down. All the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. Inhale overhead. So, do you remember where your C shape was? We inhale and lift up towards the legs. And then scoop the belly in. This is what your abdominals can do. And from here, we got to use our hip flexors. So straighten the legs out while you reach up. Does that help you to come up? Oh, it's looking pretty good. Keep your C shape. Bend your legs. Round it down. Scoop the belly in. Exhale on the way. And then reach overhead. Again, inhale into your break point. Come as high as you can with your abs. And then we reach into the feet. Push the feet away while lifting up at the same time. Reaching over. Lengthening through. So this is not a collapsed C shape. This is a long C shape. Imagine you're a capital letter C. Shoulders are away and your arms are parallel towards the floor. And then we draw the legs back in. Last one here. Exhale, curl it back down. Okay, it was last one of this variation. And we can inhale, lift it into your break point. Lifting up as high as you can into your abs, press into the feet, lift it up into sitting, reach it into your seat. So if you struggle with the normal roll up, you can keep going with this version. If not, we're going into the normal version and add something to it. Scoop the belly in, exhale, curl it down. Articulating your spine down, you really want to feel the lower back touching on first. Inhale into your break point. Scoop the belly and exhale, reach it up. Keep your shoulders away from your ears, lifting high out of the spine. And then flex your feet, open your feet up, your legs up. We're going straight into a spine stretch from here. Exhale, curl your chin to the chest. Reach it as far forward and try to hinge as again, we articulating the spine up, bring the feet back together, point them, and then we're rounding the spine down and roll it all the way back down into our roll down. And again, inhale to lift, exhale to roll it up. While you're rolling up, flex your feet, open your legs into a long spine, and then from here, exhale, chin to the chest, roll it all the way down. Reach forward. Scoop the belly in, inhale here to prepare, exhale, roll it back down, bring your legs back together, point them away, and then roll it down. Keep your hands here, slide your right leg in, take your hands on top of the right leg, hover the left leg off. We're going into our classic single leg stretch. So keeping your head, neck, and shoulders lifted, but keep your shoulders away from your ears. You want to have a long neck. Feet are in the same height. And then exhale and switch and really find that guiding from your feet. Reach it out. Exhale and switch. And switch. Keeping your tummy as flat as possible, so keep your belly button drawn in and reaching up. And switch. 2 more. Last one. Hold it here. Take your hands behind your neck. Interlace your fingers. Rotate towards the knee that is in. If this is too heavy, go back to the chest. Look with rotation. Exhale and switch. And switch. Lifting up from both shoulder blade tips. Driving your knees into the midline. You really want to feel that engagement through your inner thighs as well. And keeping the elbows wide. And lifting up from the abs. I'm already sweating. Yay! Last one each side. And the last one here. Bring it back into your center. Hold it up. No rest yet. Lift a little higher towards your knees. Going into a double leg stretch, and I give you a couple of options. If you don't want to do the full double leg stretch, you can just take your hands behind your neck and just do the legs. As lower you go towards the floor, as harder it is from the abs to hold it. So if you feel this in your lower back, please take your feet up towards the ceiling rather than too low to hover over the floor. Or you just do the arms. You can keep your knees here and you just take your arms overhead, bring them back around, just overhead, bring them back around. You want to keep your upper body up, even when the arms go back behind your head. If you want to do the full one, off we go. Both legs out, both arms behind you. Scoop the belly in, pick your poison, what you want to do, and then inhale away. Exhale, bring it back around. Inhale away. Exhale. Deepen your abdominal engagement. Inhale and exhale. And we go for 5 more. And 4. 3. And 2. Last one. And then we grab the knees, bring them into the chest, lower the head down, give it a gentle rocking side to side. And I know this is not everyone's favorite, but it becomes mine. Grab your shins and then press your heels as close down as you can. You really want to make yourself a compact little ball. Shoulder blades away from your ears, lift up your head, neck, and shoulders towards your knees. And then you start rocking. A little bit of a rocking motion on your back until you're up and sitting. And then hover your legs over the floor, point your feet down. It just makes you having more energy into your whole body. So the toes going down towards the floor, the hands are on top of your shins. rounding your spine. We're again in our C shape. And then you want to look down into your tummy to keep the distance from your knees to your forehead. Shoulder blades away from your ears. On your inhale, you want to roll backwards, and on your exhale, you come back up. Inhale back, and exhale, balance. Inhale back, and exhale, balance. Keeping your compact little ball. Inhale back, and exhale back up. Inhale back, exhale up. Scoop the belly in, keep looking into your tummy, and keep drawing your shoulder blades away from your ears. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and last one. And then hold it here. And then we're extending one leg. Just if we can. So you really want to have a long leg in your hand. If you need to grab your pens, this is where I've started. Pulling my pens down. Other way from the calf, of course. Yeah, you can do this with one leg. Or you can do it with two legs. Keeping your back as straight as possible. Just holding the position. This is your open leg rocker position. If you can't do this, bend, hold behind your knees, open your knees into shoulder distance apart, and then keep bending your knees and your lower legs off. And then from here, the difference between rolling like a ball and open leg rocker is the position of your back. You want to really lengthen through your back and be as straight as possible before you start. You roll back by looking into your tummy, and then come back up and straighten your breastbone out. So if you can do it with your legs long, do it with your legs long. Inhale, reaching back, rolling back. Exhale, bring it back up, finding the length through your body. And if you can't do it with the long legs, just bend your legs and grab behind your knees. You should nearly fell over. And scooping in, inhale. Exhale, reach it back up and lengthen through the breastbone. Inhale back. Exhale, reach it back up. And inhale back. Exhale, reach it back up. Inhale back. And lift it back up. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Ooh. All right, and then bend your legs. Hold it here. Have a little rest. Take your feet down. Are we ready for some teasers? Yes. Absolutely. Okay. All right. We're starting with the teaser crack. Grab behind your knees. Float one leg into tabletop position. Scoop the belly in. Bring your breastbone up so you've already got a straight back. Lengthening through your spine up until the crown of your head, and then you float the second leg up. Press your feet and knees into each other. And then float your arms out on the sides of your legs. So if this is already a challenge for you, just hold this position. But if you can, scoop the belly into your spine and roll down without moving your legs, only until you feel your shoulder blade tips. Inhale, reach back up and bring your breastbone up towards the ceiling. Exhale, curl it down, draw the belly in, articulating the spine down. Inhale, reach back up. So hard. If you need to hold behind your knees, hold behind your knees. Use your knees. Inhale, down, exhale down. And then inhale, pull yourself back up if you need to. This is what it is for. If you can do it without it, 2 more to go. And reach back up, bring your breastbone up. Last one. Down. And inhale, lift. need a little rest? Here we go. Place your feet down. Open your legs out to the side just for the hip flexors to relax a little. We've been killing them. Arms go forward. Reach them up. Breastbone up and tall. Bring it forward. Lengthen those legs out. Roll yourself down. And now we're going into the teaser. The real teaser one. Alrighty. Slide one leg in, lift it up into your tabletop position. Scoop the belly and slide the second leg to the first. And then reach your legs up towards the ceiling. Lower your legs into a 60-degree position, maybe 45, depends on where you can hold it. Take your arms overhead. And then on your inhale, you want to lift it up into your teaser V. Ooh, this is a mean one. And exhale, keep the legs where they are, roll your upper body down. Inhale, chin to the chest, reach it up, breastbone goes forward. Straight back as much as you can. Exhale, curl it down, we go for one more. Inhale and reach. And exhale, curl it down. Bring your knees into your chest. Hug yourself. Give it a nice little hug. And then we are going into a rollover. If you need help with the rollover, you can use a towel behind your back. But we see if you can do it. If you don't feel comfortable to load your neck, go back to rolling like a ball or the open leg rocker. Alrighty, we're down here. Arms go down by your side. Legs go back into tabletop. Reach your feet out into a 60-degree angle. Scoop the belly in. Inhale, bring your legs into 90. And then really deepen your abdominal engagement, trying to peel yourself overhead. Bringing your legs parallel towards the floor. Flex your feet. Open your legs up. And then scoop the belly in. Roll yourself backwards. And articulate your spine down. Point the feet. Bring the legs back into your 60 degrees. And go again. If you can add something, exhale, reach it over, flex your feet, then you can add a touch of the feet down towards the ground. And then scoop the belly back in, backwards, into your spine, articulate your spine down, point the feet, bring it back around, back into your center. Exhale, scoop it over. Inhale, flex the feet. Touch down to the floor, lift it back up, and then scoop the belly in. Really use your deep abdominal engagement to come as slow as possible back down. Inhale to reach into center. Exhale, curl it back up. Inhale to flex the feet, touch the ground, lift it back up. And then exhale, roll it back down, articulating your spine back down. Point the feet, last one. Inhale, lift it back into your center. Exhale, curl and reach over. Articulating. Flex your feet. Inhale, touch. And then exhale. Roll it all the way back down into your 60 degree. Hold it here, bring your feet back together. Take your arms overhead. And then we're going back into the teaser. Inhale to lift it up. Hold this position. Keep your arms and your upper body where it is. Reach your breastbone forward, lower the legs. Exhale, lift the legs. Lower the legs, exhale, lift the legs. Lower. Teaser 2. And 2 more to go. I can see some legs coming out there. And last one, reach it up. bend it into your chest, hug it into your, bring your feet down, place your hands behind you. Enough of that teaser stuff. Good. And then we're going into some back support, opening the chest and the shoulders. So if you're working behind the desk at the moment, or a lot more in sitting position, this is always a good one to open the chest. If you need a modification, I will give you a modification for this. So we're starting for the modification with the bent feet on the mat. So place your feet parallel on the mat. Bring your hands behind your body. You want to face with your hands towards your glutes. But if this is too tight in your shoulders, to the outside of your mat. That's the maximum I give you. And then from here, thinking about you want to roll your shoulders backwards to start with. So roll the shoulders back, trying to bring your collarbones as wide and broad as you can. Reach your breastbone up towards the ceiling and press into your hands. And then actively pressing into the hands and the feet at the same time, lift your booty up. That's the modification. Lowering back down on your inhale. We're doing 2 more of this. Exhale and lift. And inhale and lower. Exhale and lift. And inhale and lower. So if you can go one step further, take one leg out. I'm taking the one out that is closer towards the screen that you can see it. Same thing, shoulders roll back, breastbone goes open, collarbones wide. And then press into the hands, press into the feet, and then lift it up. One is still bent, one is long. Lowering down. Last one here, exhale and press. Inhale and lower. And then switch your legs up. Take the other one long. Take this one into the bend vision that we have both legs equally used. Open the shoulders. Widen through your collarbones. Exhale, press into hands and feet. Lift the pelvis up towards the ceiling. And inhale and lower back down. Last one here, exhale and open. Press it up. Inhale and lower. And then we go into the full version, or you pick the choice that you can do, either with one leg, with both legs bent, or if you want to join me in this one, we're going for 3 full versions. Roll the shoulders backward, open your breastbone, really reach it up towards the ceiling, scoop the belly in, feel the pressure into the heels and the arms, and then lift your booty up, head in alignment with your spine, and inhale, float it back down. Exhale and reach, and inhale and float it back. Last one, exhale and reach, and inhale, lower back down. Take your arms off the ground, give your wrists a little bit of a rotation through it, just wriggle them out. Keep your feet forward. And then we're rounding our body over the thighs, just to give it a little bit of a breather here. And then we're reaching it all the way back tall into a straight sitting position. So Nicolette was nice enough to tell me that you guys are working on neck pull. Woohoo! So we're going to do that. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Really bring the base of your skull in between the hands. You really want to feel like you can reach your head further out of your shoulders with your hands. Sitting as straight as you can. Then pointing your feet away, scoop the belly in, and it starts with a hinged back, not a rounding back. So thinking about your hinging from your hip, backwards until you can't hold it anymore. And then exhale, scoop your pelvis in, roll your spine down one vertebrae at a time. Inhale at the bottom, lifting your head, neck, and shoulders. Keep your elbows wide. Scoop the belly in and roll it back up. Roll it all the way over your thighs. And then articulate your spine back into a straight position. Inhale here, hinge it back. Exhale, curl into the spine, lowering your lower back down first, and then the rest of your body. Inhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders back up. Scoop the belly further in, and exhale, reach it back up. Lift it all the way over your thighs, and then articulate your spine back up into a straight line. One more. Inhale, hinge it back. Exhale, curl it down. Inhale here, lifting your head, neck, and shoulders back up. Keep your shoulders sitting in your sockets and the shoulder blades down towards you. Glutes, exhale, pull yourself back up, all the way over the thighs. Articulating your spine back up. And then take your arms back forward. Alrighty. Bring your hands back behind you. They had a little bit of a rest. We're going into leg pull back. So, if you had one of the versions where you are modifying, you can take the modification on one leg and then take the second leg up. If you're going with me for the full version, we go and open the chest first, roll the shoulders backwards, scoop the belly in, press into the hands, press into the heels, lift it up, and then we're taking the leg that is closer towards the screen and lift it up for 5, and 4, and 3, and 2. Last one, switch the legs, bring the hip up high, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2. Last one, lower the glutes back down, slowly push yourself still out of the shoulders, and then come all the way forward. Rotate to the side, into side lying. Finally, a rest pose. Lay your head onto your arm, and then just make sure that you're sticking your hip first. So your hip bones are right on top of each other. Feet are on top of each other. If you are prone to feeling something like this in your lower back, please bring your feet slightly forward in front of you. But the rest of your body should be in one line. Draw your belly button in towards your spine and feel that tightening around your waistline. It just feels like that your side muscles are lifting off from the mat, just a tiny bit. I call this a little mouse in the house. You don't want to squash it. And then from here, you can have either your hand in front of you, or you can have it on your thighs. On the thighs is harder. Reaching away with your feet, and while you're reaching away, it should feel like they're floating off the mat. Really feeling them reaching as far as you can. Scoop the belly in, and then you just want to work from the thighs and from the hip joint, floating the legs further up. Exhale, and inhale, lower back down. Exhale and float. Inhale and lower. Exhale and float. Lower back down. Reach them up. And keep your head heavy. 4 more to go. Inhale down. And 3. Down. 2. And last one. Hold them here. Bring them halfway down. And then you bring your bottom leg in the front and your top leg in the back. You got to make this an even scissor split. Point your feet away. And then from here on your exhale, take your hand down in front of you, it just helps. You switch your legs. Little puff, little puff. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale. Inhale through your center, exhale to the outsides. And one more here, and then your bottom leg should be in your front, the top leg in the back. And then from here, we lower the feet down towards the ground and exhale, lift them both up. Lower down, exhale and lift in that split position. Little variation. Down and lift and down and lift. You should really feel this contracting through your abs. Yummy. Lower and lift and lower and lift. Last one. Lower and lift. Bring the feet back together. Lower it down. And then we're rolling onto the tummy. No, I haven't forgotten the other side yet, but we are going this way. Alrighty, bringing your elbows a little further backwards than your shoulders are. So your hands are in line with your chin or your neck. Your elbows are tucked under in your body, so you're really tight towards your upper body. And then you want to press to start with your pubic bone and your pelvis, your hip bones into the mat. So if you can get your pubic bone and the hip bone into the mat, you automatically should feel your abdominals kind of engaging, maybe slightly lifting away from the mat. And then you want to have active legs. You want to have your legs active. They pull away from the trunk, but they don't lift. They're just on the floor. Draw your shoulders away from your ears, and then have your forehead down towards the ground. On your inhale, you start articulating your head up, drawing the shoulders backwards and reaching your breastbone forward. Exhale and lower back down. Inhale, articulate the head up, reaching it up. Breastbone forward. And exhale, lower back down. Just make sure that when you're in this position and you lift your breastbone forward, that your tummy doesn't push into the mat. It's your pelvis pushing into the mat, but the tummy lifts away from it. And then exhale, roll it back down. If your tummy pushes into the mat, you probably feel this in your lower back. We don't want it in the lower back. We want it in the upper back, in between the shoulder blades, in the neck, and just where the rib cage finishes. Keep the tummy in, and then exhale, roll it back down. We go for 2 more. Inhale and lift. Press the pelvis into the mat. And exhale, lower back down. Last one here. Inhale and lift. And exhale, roll it back down. Take your hands forward. Relax your head on your hands. Scoop the belly in. Press your pelvis into the mat. And then just jiggle it a little bit. Just to relax the back. We're not fully done yet. We're going back into where we were. Hands just above your chest. On the mat. Elbows down. Lengthen through your spine. We're doing the same thing that we did before. And if that is your maximum, just stay with that. On your inhale, you reach it up to the point where you can't go further. Scoop the belly in and then press into the hands to come a little further. If you can lengthen fully into your arms, go fully into your arms. And then keep the engagement throughout the whole body. So your feet are still pointing away. There's still activeness through your feet. Lower into the elbows, lower it down, and then automatically your legs have to lift, coming back down. Keep the back body on. Inhale, press. into the hands, shoulder blades away. Reach it up high. Keep the tension in the back body. And then lifting your legs while you're slowly lowering down. Inhale and press into the head. Exhale and lower back down. Lift the legs coming down. Lift a little higher. And then reach back up. Inhale. Exhale. If you were bent like a banana and it was not a soft one, it would still be a hard one, you would just be going like a little rocking, rolling. Reaching up. And last one, come back down. Relax the legs. Press yourself into a child's pose. Put it backwards. Taking a couple of breaths in here. So you really want to be active. Toes together, knees apart. If you struggle sitting like this, you can always pop a ball or a pillow in between the knees and the calves, and then just go down with the butt sticking out a little bit. But will still give you a nice stretch. And then come back up into kneeling, facing towards the camera, and then we're going laying on the side, on the other side that we haven't worked yet. So finding your length through your body. Again, head is down on your arm, sticking your hip bones on top of each other. They are in one line. Pointing the feet as far away from your body as you can so they start already hovering over the mat. And then if you need your hand down, you can have it either in front of you, or if you want an extra challenge, you can have it on your thighs. And then we just start with the lift and lower. Side lift here. Scoop the belly in, reach it up, inhale and lower. You really want to feel that engagement through the abs. Inhale and lower. If you feel this in your lower back, please bring the feet slightly forward to the front edge of the mat. And lower back down. Exhale and lift. Inhale and lower. Exhale and lift. And lower. 4 more here. And 3. And 2. Last one, lift it up high, bring it halfway down, and then bring the bottom leg to the front, top leg to the back. Keep an even shaped V, and then switch your legs. Little pulse. And trunk is still contracted. You still want to feel your abdominals working. And switch, switch. Switch. 2 more. Last one. And then keep your front leg in the front, bottom leg in the front, top leg in the back, and we touch down towards the floor and then lift both up. Touch it down to the floor. So you should be feeling this in the front of your abs on the side here, and you should be feeling it in the back, making your QL work a little more. Quadratus lumborum, one of the muscles. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. Down and lift. And down and lift. And your glutes have to work as well. Reach. All that wonderful combination through the hip. And lift. Last one. Lift it up. Bring your feet back together. Bend the knees, push yourself up, and then we go and finish this off in a wonderful mermaid. Alrighty, one leg is out parallel to the back edge of your mat, and the other foot is on the inside of your thigh. So if you've done the mermaid on the reformer, that's pretty much the same positioning of the legs. Sitting up front and rotating your body towards the camera, taking one hand down, and then reach with the other arm up and over. You really want to feel like you can breathe into your rib cage again. Reaching the other shoulder away from your ears. If you feel like you want to bend into your elbow, bend into your elbow and increase that stretch a little more. If you don't want to go down that way, you can stay up. That's up to you. Inhale into the ribs. And then on the exhale, come back up. Reach the hand down. And lift the other side up. Really feeling you can stretch it up towards the ceiling. Lengthen a little more through here. And then breathe into the ribs. And exhale, bring it back down. Last one on the side. Reaching over, finding the length. And then bring it back. Reach over this way. Come back into your center. Switch your legs over. So bring them forward and then to the other side. Again, shin is parallel to the back edge, and then this one is on the front of your thigh, folded in. Arm goes out to the side, and then we reach over, bending into the elbow, trying to breathe into your rib cage. You really want to feel that you can expand your muscles in between there. And then exhale, bring it back. Inhale, reach over. And exhale back to your center. Last one here. Reaching it over. Exhale, center. Reach it over. And then come back into your center. Folding that other leg in. And then just sitting as upright as you can. I grab my shins, you can grab your feet, whatever you feel feels good. You can press your legs a little further open. Up to you, but you really want to try to sit as tall as you can and reach your breastbone up as much as possible. Reaching into the back, you can let your head go backwards. And then take a deep breath in here. And then this is you for today, finishing off this wonderful class. I hope you guys feel energized, like a good workout, a little bit of wobbly arms and legs, but you've done a fantastic job. Wasn't an easy one today.